Welcome back to another video on the channel. This is a preview for the big one, the Progress Tour Women's Singles Final between Jodie Burrage and Katie Boulter. Before I go into the match and look at who I think will win, I just want to talk a little bit about the event, and I think it's been a fantastic success for British tennis and hopefully attracted new people to the sport. Obviously this time of year it's usually Wimbledon, and it's been a massive miss for all British sport fans and tennis fans around the world, but I think this has been a fantastic replacement, being on BBC, and it's just given exposure to our young players. Britain's blessed to have many young talents like Jodie Burrage and Katie Boulter that we've seen this week, and even players like Freya Christie, Amelia Bissett. We've seen a lot of young talents come through. Erin Richardson's had a fantastic week, Olivia Nichols, and there's a lot of young talents that haven't played in this event. You look at Emma Raducanu, Harriet Dart, Katie Swan, who retired through injury. Britain has many fantastic young talents on the men's and women's, so to showcase their talents, put them on the BBC, see more of them play is very good, and it can only breed confidence really for both and Burrage. It's another final. They've played fantastically well this week in sometimes difficult conditions. But overall, I think the tournament's been fantastic, and a lot of people have been talking about, can this become a regular thing? I think it'd be brilliant for British tennis to have all British events live on the BBC is a great platform, and I think it would be great. Obviously, it's very difficult if you do get a full calendar. Players are usually playing other tournaments and stuff like that, but a 3 or 4 day event every year in the summer live on the BBC at the National Tennis Centre, I think is definitely something to look at for the LTA in the future. So moving on to the final, first off looking at both players a little bit. Katie Boulter, I mentioned a few times this week, it's fantastic just to see Katie back on court, fighting fit and playing well again. Obviously she came through in 2018 and we thought this is the next big thing, this is the one, the Brit that's going to challenge for Grand Slams on the women's side. Really pushed Jo Cotton for that number 1 spot and Heather Watson, and unfortunately for Katie, after coming through in 2018 and getting inside of the top 100, she suffered a serious back injury last year which sort of halted her momentum and knocked her down the rankings, and it was a terrible time for her really. She came through in 2018 with fantastic tennis, and just had great momentum in her career, and that injury has obviously really pushed her back last year, but to see her back playing next year this week after 4 months off is brilliant, and just shows how good of a tennis player she has and how hard she's worked on her recovery and during lockdown. She's played fantastic this week. Forehand and serve look great, and yeah, it's just brilliant to see her back in finals competing again, and I'm sure she's going to go out and have a very successful career now she's over the back injury. Moving on to Jodie Burrage again, another player who suffered with 3 ankle injuries, and she wasn't a player I've seen a lot of pre-tournament, but I've been so impressed with Jodie this week. Still only 22. She's in her 3rd consecutive final today, reaching the British Tour final a couple of weeks ago, winning the event last week in St George's, and obviously in the final today against Katie Boulter. And I think you can see in Jodie's performances that she's got that winning momentum. She's been winning titles. She's really positive in her play. She's playing well. Happy to move into the court and use that forehand and double-handed backhand because she knows how well she's been doing with it. Winning, I think it's 14 out of 15 matches recently, and she'll be full of confidence today. Both players did look slightly fatigued yesterday. I don't think any of them played the best tennis. I think Jodie got better as the match went on against Alicia and started to really hit through the ball in that second set. In the first set it was difficult. Alicia gets a lot of balls back, which I think frustrated Jodie. And yeah, Katie done well. Freya Christie played a fantastic match yesterday, particularly in that first and second set. Freya was serving for that second set before Katie came back. But looking at today's match, it's incredibly close. It's going to be who wins the big points. They obviously played a tiebreak early this week, which Katie won. But in terms of prediction, I will go with Boulter in 3 sets. I mean, it is going to be very close. Burrage is very capable of beating Boulter in a day, but yesterday she just did look slightly fatigued, like the matches are catching up. It's only one more match. I'm sure she's got the adrenaline as well, which will get her through the final. But I just think Boulter's a little bit better from the back of the court in rallies if they go at the longer points. She has got more experience than Burrage as well. playing at a high level. And yeah, I think Boulter's serve can get her out of trouble. Usually serves pretty well under pressure, and she has got a massive forehand. So I do see Boulter winning just. But if Burrage is 100% ready to go, the footwork's on form like it was earlier in the week, then she's very capable of winning this one. She's got a fantastic double-handed backhand, a brilliant forehand, capable of rattling off games in such a quick time. With that ability that she has to hit winners from all over, and I think it's just going to be a fantastic match. As I say, it's going to be down to who wins the big points. If it goes to tie breaks, who can produce the best tennis, who can hold the nerve when serving for sets, and who can fight back from a set down. And I think it's one of them where you're just going to sit and enjoy it. I'm just supporting both players. Obviously, being a fan of British tennis, I'm not too fussed who wins. They just both played very well this week. I think it's a deserved final. But yeah, I'll go with Boulter, I think, in 3 sets. But just hoping for a good match and that both players bring their A games. They are 100% fit, and obviously they both get through it well and can progress to more events. Hopefully down in the later in the year, if we get events back. And I think these two players are going to have very bright futures in the game. But thanks for watching the video. Enjoy the final. I think it's live at about 12 o'clock on the BBC, so do tune in. But I'll probably have a video later on talking about the final and wrapping up the event. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.